What's going on YouTube? Thank you for checking back in with another TDH upload. You guys can see I've got my section of my exhaust laid out here. I've got the V-band welded onto the flex pipe, and then everything after the flex pipe is just tacked up. What I'm currently doing is setting up this section of the exhaust. That way it can run back out towards the subframe in the rear of the car. Let me crawl under here for you guys to see. You guys can see the V-band and the clamp is tacked up on the downpipe there, and it's going to actually come up along the factory area here all the way out towards the subframe. And you guys, if you look closely, the subframe actually has that little jump right there along with that sway bar, that big U. That's where the exhaust is supposed to run from the factory. So my game plan for today is trying to get the exhaust from where it is right there up to that point right there, or somewhere in that general area, so that way we can figure out what we're going to need to do to figure out the rest of our piping to mock up our blast pipes with this 3-inch stainless piping there. So I'm not going to talk too much. We're going to jump right into it. I'm going to get this thing mocked up to show you guys where it sits, and then we'll keep plugging along at it. Alrighty, before you guys flame me, before you start roasting me, there's a method behind my madness here. I'll go ahead and explain to you guys real quick before we dive in. Welding, as you guys can see, I've got the foil set up in my purge kit. Now the whole entire reason I have this giant freaking 5-foot 3-inch stainless piece on here is because I did not want to go ahead and cut it down and then cut it in the wrong spot. What I'm probably going to do is make it so that this exhaust can be a 3-part system. So I'll have the downpipe that comes down to this V-band, and then from that V-band it'll probably run up somewhere around the halfway point that sits up underneath the subframe itself. The problem that I'm running into right now is that this section runs into the gas tank, and I don't want it to sit below the gas tank. I want to set it like to the side of it, to the right of it. Let me just show you guys over here. Take my welding hood off real quick. So currently, right now, the exhaust is coming out under this section right here, and I would like to be able to cut it back here and then do a elbow, 45 elbow come up, and then another elbow come up, and then coming all the way up to this section right here below the rear bumper, I'd like to do the blast pipe. So the reason why I have it so long is that way I can go ahead and just weld up all of these sections, figure out where I want to, mount like the hangers on this portion of the exhaust system, and then mark off where I'm going to cut it, and then that way I can build from that point forward. I'll probably have to order another V-band, unfortunately, and a couple more 45 pieces because I've ran out of everything. I may do a couple pie cuts, but it's just a lot of work and a lot of welding doing the pies when I can just buy a mandrel bend 45 or a 90 and solve that issue. So right now I'm going to go ahead and set everything up to start welding, and I'll film a little bit of the welding both on my GoPro and this camera, so that way you guys can see some real-time footage, and then I'll throw some stuff in the time lapse. But without further ado, I'm going to shut up, let's get to welding. Alright, good morning guys. I want to apologize about that. I left my GoPro on time-lapse mode when it was up here filming. As I was welding, my buddy came by to drop off my trailer because he rented my trailer yesterday, and I forgot to shut it off. And then by the time I realized it, the battery died, and I was kind of like, well, whatever, I'll finish this stuff in the morning. So I came out here around 7 o'clock this morning, and I finished welding out this exhaust here. Some of the welds look really good. I'm really starting to get my stainless back. Like I had said, it's been a little bit since I welded some stainless, and everyone's constructive criticism and stuff really helped me out, so I was able to lay down some nice passes here, and everything looks like it's going to hold up pretty well. So I'm very happy with the overall result of the exhaust, and like I explained to you guys, I'll be knocking it down to another section, but I've got to pull the downpipe out, weld on the V-band itself that I have attached on the actual downpipe, where it will bolt up against the actual flex pipe, and then yeah, we'll be real close to getting this exhaust all finished up. I got to order another set of V-bands with the clamp, and then I'll probably order one more 45. I've got a couple pies right here, and like I said, I've got that blade that I picked up, so I'll be able to continue cutting down my own pies, worst case scenario. But as of right now, I'm going to pull out the downpipe, weld this up, and then once I get everything welded up, cooled off, I'll check in with you guys when I've got it all bolted up. We'll start the car, see how it sounds, and then I need to figure out what I'm going to do about hangers and all that stuff, but that'll probably be this afternoon after work. So give me a couple minutes guys, I'll check in with you shortly. Alrighty guys, my battery's getting low. I'm going to finish welding this guy out. Once I get done, we're going to mock up the exhaust and hear how it sounds. little bit of a leak up here at this V-band. I gotta double check that, see why that's leaking, but I'm gonna let the car warm up. $72 pounds of oil pressure. Nice cold start for it. May have a slight vacuum leak also. Alright guys, give me a couple minutes, I'm gonna let it warm up, see if I can't fix this freaking V-band real quick. So now that you guys have seen and heard the car running with the exhaust almost finished, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. There's a few things that I did off of camera, like wire up my AFR gauge, and I actually drilled out for that bung sensor on the downpipe. So I finished welding out the V-band, and I was like, well, while I'm at it, I might as well just go ahead and throw that in there. So I got that in there, that's all wired up, and now when the car is running, I can see my AFRs and see how it's doing with its base map. But other than that, guys, I'm very happy and stoked that we're finally making some good progress on the S13. I'm gonna order that V-band and some more elbows and a little bit of more pie cuts for this area right here, so that way I can get it around like I explained earlier in the video. But other than that, guys, we are stepping away from the S13. The next upload will be messing with my ZJ. I've already started to do some cutting on that, and you guys can see here on the ground we've got some 2x4 here and some 2x2 up there. So this stuff is for some rock sliders that I'm going to be building for the ZJ in preps to get it up to Uwari. And we will also be ordering a lift kit, probably just a basic 3.5 inch short arm kit, something that we can get out on the trail. Gonna weld the diff in the rear, do a lock ride, but that'll be a whole nother video, whole nother spiel. I will see you guys in that upload. We're gonna be turning our attention to that, and then from there I have a few things to show you guys with the Sylvia lights. I did a second version of my headlight brackets for the dual projectors. I want to bring that to the channel. So there's a couple uploads that are coming in the next probably week or two, so be on the lookout for that. I do appreciate everyone watching, all of your guys' support. I will see you guys in the next upload. Later.